Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you've had a lovely weekend, and welcome to Music Lessons Live with me, Ollie, here on the New Wave Arts Facebook page. If you're tuning in for the first time, a big hello. As most of you know, these videos will be going up onto our YouTube channel afterwards, and for those schools who have asked, it will be going up onto your online resource pages as well. So how these lessons go: each week we do a new song, and we also try and play a new instrument. At the moment I am just kind of struggling to see how we could potentially do keyboard, just because of the way I'd have to set up the cameras and stuff. So we're going back to ukulele this week. I hope that's okay. We usually alternate between ukulele and guitar at the moment. Again, if there's an instrument you'd like me to have a little go at doing, please let me know, and I will give it a try. But if everyone's happy, I will just keep alternating between guitar and ukulele for now. So as I said, every week we will try and do a new song, and when we do these new songs, we have a certain layout of how we're going to do it as well. So Mondays we usually learn the first part of the song, and then on Wednesdays we'll learn kind of the second part, or the second verse, and then on Friday we will usually have a play along at the end where we go through everything. We'll play everything kind of all together, and I'll try my best as well to sing the song, okay, or at least give it a go. So you're probably wondering what the song is this week. It is Better Together by Jack Johnson. A very good song, a song that I quite like as well, and I think one that'll be good for the current climate at the moment, because it is better being together, even though I know that some of us can't be together at the moment. It'll be a nice song to do, I think. So as I mentioned, we're going to learn the first part today, and it sounds something like this on ukulele. And there you go, that's the first part that we're going to be learning today. So I'm going to quickly put the tab in the comments below so you can follow along at home. I will be also putting in the rhythm as well after this video, so if when we're going over the rhythm and you've forgotten it, I'll go over it again just so everyone's happy with what we are doing. So first of all, I'm going to go over the chords, then I will go over the rhythm, the strumming pattern. If you haven't already, go and check out one of my previous videos. I think it was the first video that we did, where I go over how to read chord charts and how to draw and write in chord charts as well. Very useful tool, especially if you can't open the tab. It's a really useful tool to be able to draw in those quickly, make those few notes so you've got that at home. If you can't open the tab, make sure you've got a pencil and a piece of paper ready at hand to follow along, just to make in those quick notes. And yes, so ukulele. Again, go and check out some of my earlier videos on how to properly hold the ukulele. If you're tuning in for the first time, make sure that you've got the head of the ukulele facing the left if you are playing right-handed, and the body of the ukulele facing to the right. If you're playing left-handed, it's just going to be the other way around. You want it flat on your lap. Unfortunately, if I put it on my lap, you can't see it, so I'm just going to raise mine ever so slightly. Then you want to bring it to your chest like so, and then flip it around. And you'll always be in that perfect ukulele playing position. It's never going to be too high or too low. It's just going to be in the perfect position, kind of around your chest. And then the head of the ukulele is going to be facing kind of at like a 45-degree angle. So you're going to get that good shape with your hands as well. To play, thumbs up technique. So we're going to go like that. We're going to put our thumb on the top string and then strum down. That's going to be the best way to play. Or strum back up. When we're strumming up, we're using that part of our nail there. Again, I've done this on some of our previous videos, so go and check those out after this video. Okay, so the first chord we've got today is F major. If you are playing on a different instrument as well, try and have a little look for these different chords if you don't know them. If you do, it's going to be a real help. So F major on the ukulele is what we do is we take our second finger or our middle finger, we place it on the second fret of the G string here. Remember our strings G, C, E and A. So we're placing it there. We take our first finger, we place it on the first fret of the E string here to get F major. Okay, so that is the F major chord. That is the first chord we've got today. Now, when you're practicing at home, very important. Are you getting that nice, clear chord sound? If you're not, and you're getting something like this, okay, a couple of things could be going wrong there. So number one, make sure that your thumb is kind of towards the middle or the centre of the neck of the ukulele, so just behind here. Make sure you're really bringing your hand around, playing on the tips of your fingers. That's really important, so you're not touching any other strings. Okay, it's what we call our crab claw technique, so we're kind of pinching in between the ukulele when we're playing. Okay. Third of all, it's how hard you're pressing down. If you're getting those nice little pressure lines on your fingers, that means you're doing it right, okay? You're pressing down nice and hard to get that clear sound. If you're not, and you're getting that muted sound, you need to use all those muscles, just push down a little harder as well. Finally, if you are playing with your thumb, which most of us should be doing, because the strings on the ukulele are not as strong as you'd probably think. They're only made out of plastic, and if you play with something like this, okay, which is called a plectrum. Mine looks a little bit funny because I've played with mine for years and it's kind of rounded off, but there's usually a little pointy end there. If you're playing with a plectrum, over time that'll wear the strings away, and unfortunately they will break. So bit of a pro tip: try and play with your thumb and you'll save a lot of money on strings. So again, if you're playing, try not to play too hard, otherwise you are going to get a blister on your thumb. So it's just gentle strumming. Okay, hopefully that's helped and you're getting that nice clear chord sound now. But it's always about those little adjustments that you're making, and being honest with yourself as well. Can I hear that chord nice and clearly? If not, make those little micro adjustments and you'll be well on your way to getting that perfect chord sound. So we've got F major. Sorry, I did a lot of talking there. We've got F major. Then we go to A minor. So A minor is what we do is we take our second finger or our middle finger, we place it on the second fret of G here, and that's it. A nice easy chord. Little pro tip: F major, A minor share the exact same position on that second fret on G. So when you're changing between F to A minor, all you got to do is take your first finger away, and that's it. To get to A minor. The next one is D minor. Okay, so this was a chord that we looked at a few weeks ago. Again, fairly easy chord. So all you're doing is you're making that F chord shape again. So your second finger on the second fret of G, first finger on the first fret of E, and all you're doing is you're taking your third finger, your ring finger, you're tucking it underneath on the second fret of the C string here, and that is D minor. Now again, is you are bunching your fingers up here, so really make sure you're getting those adjustments in, okay, getting that clear chord sound. I've got quite chunky fingers as well, so it does take me a little while to get into that good position, but if you can, you will get there, okay? Some people like to do it different ways. Some people like to put their third finger down before their second and first. Some people like to put their first finger down, then their second, then their third. Entirely up to you, as long as you're getting that good chord sound. Another tip: A minor, you're already there. You've already got one finger down. So what you've got to do is place that third and first finger down to get to D minor. So we've got F, A minor, D minor. Then we go to C. C, nice and easy chord. You take your third finger or your ring finger, you place it on the third fret of the A string to get C major. Okay. After that, we have B flat. Now, B flat is one of our more difficult chords we're coming across today. So really kind of try and focus and pay attention now, otherwise you might get a little bit lost. So we're doing a technique called barring. Okay, and barring is where we take usually our first finger and we're placing it across multiple strings. So usually barring is you usually do it, most of the time you'll do it across all the strings. But for today we're just doing it across the E string and the A string on fret 1. So you're pressing down with your first finger with this up to this joint here, this first joint on your index finger. And as well as when you're pressing down, is you want to kind of twist your finger ever so slightly. The reasoning behind this is because on your finger here, it's quite soft. So where your fingerprint is, it is quite soft. However, if you turn it on your side, you'll feel that bone there. It's a little bit harder, and you'll give yourself a bit more leverage to really get those two strings down and getting them nice and clear. So that's what you want to do, pressing on those two strings, swiveling ever so slightly to get that clear sound. Now, with your first finger there on E and A, you take your second finger or your middle finger, you place it on the second fret of the C string. You take your third finger, you place it on the third fret of the G string there to get B flat. Now again, you might want some time to practice that chord. It's not too easy, especially if you're trying this for the first time. As always, as I always say, pause me, rewind me, okay? And when you're ready, when you've had that practice time, when you're feeling confident enough, you can carry on. Absolutely no rush, even though sometimes I feel like I'm rushing myself. But pause, rewind, and then when you're feeling confident and ready, carry on. So B flat. Then we go to F major again. So again, a little pro tip. You've got your first finger there kind of on the E string anyway, so you kind of just want to stop barring, bring it around, and then bring that second finger around as well. After that, we go to G minor. Again, another chord, a little bit more complex, but again, still one that you should be able to play at home with a bit of practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our second finger, we're going to place it on the second fret of the C string here. We're going to take our third finger, we're going to place it on the third fret of the E string here. We take our first finger, we place it on the first fret of the A string there. And that is G minor. So when you're going from F, you kind of, what you're really doing from going from F to G minor is you're moving those two fingers down a string. So you're moving from G and E down to C and A, and then you're just adding that third finger in there. So really it's two movements, the movement of moving the fingers down and the movement of placing your third finger there. Again, have a little practice of that chord change there from F to G minor. Final chord is C, and that's it. So in the music and on the tab, you'll notice, you're probably thinking, Ollie, that's definitely not it. Well, what we're doing is we're repeating that 3 times. Okay, so we're going through that same chord pattern 3 times. So we're going from F to A minor, G minor, C, B flat, F, G minor, C, and then we go again, F, A minor, D minor, C, B flat, F, G minor, C, and then again. Apologies, we do it 4 times, okay? So we're repeating it 4 times on the music. There's also an intro as well that we can hear when we listen to the song. So all in all, it would be 5 times, but if you're just following with the tab at home, it is 4 times on the music for today. Right, so those are all the chords we've got. Next part is strumming pattern. So 2 parts when we're doing our strumming pattern. Is number 1 is how we're going to count it. Okay, so our what we'd say our time signature. And then how we're going to play it. So when we're striking the strings, okay? So the timing goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's 4/4, but it's a swung rhythm. Okay. If I was saying a straight rhythm, it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that would be a straight rhythm. For us, it's swung. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. You can hear there's a little bit of a pause between 1 and. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And there's literally no pause between and then the next number. The strumming pattern goes something like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it goes down, down, up, down, down, up. So I'll go a little bit slower now. So it goes down, down, up, down, down, up. Down, down, up, down, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Hopefully that's coming through. As I said, I will be putting this up in the comments below for you to follow along to at home. But all you want to do is get that down, down, up, down, down, up rhythm going. Now, some tips with doing strumming patterns. So number 1, always keep your hand moving. If it feels very robotic, like you're having to physically, manually, well, I know you're going to do it physically, but feel like you're manually having to readjust every time you get it wrong, okay, is you will kind of get that robotic feel when you're playing, and sometimes you might miss certain points as well when you need to strum. So a little practice tip at home. First of all, just count out 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and strumming on every beat. Then take away a certain beat. So it might be that you don't want to play on beat 1 and. So you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But what you need to do is you need to keep the hand moving. So what you're practicing there is keeping your hand moving, but not playing at certain points. That's a great way to practice getting those rhythms, getting those strumming patterns a little bit better and making them feel a little bit more natural when you play. So have a little practice of doing that at home after this video, as it really, really does help. So strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're strumming on beats 1, 2 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and. So strumming on beats 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Okay, and again we've got that swung rhythm. Right, this is the moment now. We're going to have a practice of this first part together. If you're really struggling at home and you're thinking, I can't do this strumming pattern, okay, don't worry about playing on the ands, the 2 and the 4 and. Just play on beats 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, if you want to, have a go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Each chord is 2 beats long. Okay, and this is where it gets a little spicy. Okay, so each chord is 2 beats long, so you've got to be really focused on those chord changes, because they're going to come round quite quickly. We've played a couple of songs now where we've been building up to more complex chord changes, and over the next few weeks, as the songs kind of gradually get a little bit more difficult. Okay, and that's because we've got so many videos, is we want to start to challenge ourselves a bit more. So really have a go at practicing that at home. As I always say, have a look, pause me if you need to before we carry on. Right, let's give it a go. So we're going to take it nice and slowly, as we always do. We don't want to rush. We want to give ourselves the best opportunity at getting all these chord patterns and chord changes, sorry. And yeah, let's give it a go. So remember that chord pattern: down, down, up, down, down, up. If you're not feeling too confident, just play on beats 1, 2, 3 and 4. Each chord 2 beats long. Right, here we go. I'll do a counting and then we're going to give it a whirl. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, down to A minor, to D minor, C, B flat, F, G minor, C, back to F, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One more time. D minor, C, B flat, F, G minor, once more, F, A minor, D minor, C, B flat, F, G minor, C. Well done if you're able to play at home then. As I said, those chord changes were quite quick, as well as adding in that chord pattern as well. So well done if you're able to play then. If not, don't worry, because these videos will be staying up, so you can have a bit more time to practice. So I hope everyone's enjoyed this session today. I hope you like this song. Again, as I always say, if there's something you'd like to practice or you'd like to have a go at, please let me know, commenting on some of these videos, and I'll make sure I have a go at doing those songs in the next couple of weeks. As well, if there's an instrument that you want to kind of learn a bit more about or have a little go on, I will try my best to learn all as many instruments as I can. So please, again, comment below and let me know. So as I always say, these videos will be going up onto our YouTube channel, and for those schools who have asked, they'll be going up onto your online resource pages as well. Remember to tune in on Wednesday at 10 AM for part 2 of Better Together by Jack Johnson. Remember to like, subscribe, comment and share these videos, as it really does help us out. And I'll catch everyone on Wednesday for part 2. I hope you all have a lovely day, guys, and I'll catch you soon.